Hey, how y'all are? Another beautiful day on the bayou. Oh man, this is nice. Bluebird skies. Temperatures right now, I'd say is in the 60s. It don't get no better than this for working in the garden. It's a little later than what I started my onion seeds last year, but they'll still have plenty time to grow and form some little bulbs for us to transplant in the spring. Got my little seeder loaded up with onion seed. I'm going to just broadcast them right about in the middle. Last year I determined that to plant a 200-foot row, to transplant a 200-foot row, I needed about 25 feet of bulbs at the rate I was planting. So since I'm not going to plant nearly as many onions as last year, probably cut back, I'd say maybe 150 feet of onions. I'm only going to need about 25, 30 feet of bulbs. You know, when I was filling up my tank, I remembered by the smell of what I had mixed in it last, and that was pine oil and water. I sure hope the pine oil doesn't mess with these seeds. They will smell clean though. A couple of months ago, we planted these purple hull peas. If you remember, we fertilized them, and I later came back and gave them some worm tea. And they grew nice and pretty. I'll show you the row that I didn't use the worm tea on to show you the difference. This is the row that didn't get the compost tea, or I'm sorry, the worm tea. Maybe a little hard to tell in the video, but these are not nearly as pretty. The second and third row I'll call my freebies. What I did was simply tilled under the purple hulls that I planted this spring. The bushes were loaded with dried seed. So I had a row about 4 or 5 foot wide of solid plants coming up. I've since gone and going in with my tiller and took out most of them. They're much thicker. At this point, it doesn't appear that the peas are as healthy as the ones on that first row. I know there's a big difference in color because, like I said, all I did was till them under. I didn't fertilize them. I didn't do anything. No worm tea, nothing. Our carrots are looking real good. There's 3 different varieties planted on this row. The row right next to it, at the very end, that's some collards and some of those mustard green, the southern giant curled. I also planted another variety row in this part of the garden. It has broccoli, cauliflower, kohlrabi, cabbage, lettuce, and at the very end, some more collards. We've got a small head of broccoli. I don't think we have any cauliflower yet. Here's one a little bit bigger. Might be eating some of this weekend. A nice kohlrabi. That'll be ready soon also. Right next to it, we got a big head of broccoli. A nice head of cabbage. A little worm damage, but it'll be okay. Irish potatoes are doing good. If things work out, they'll be ready in January, I think. About the time that we'll be putting in our spring potatoes. Over here we have some more beets. And a little bit further down we have some carrots. The melitone just started making. Here's a little one. Here's one a little bit bigger. I stuffed some of those the other day. Not bad. Well, I'm glad you could come along for the ride. Hope you enjoyed it. And Lash Pa.